I'm Bob Knoll. My official title is Head of Auto Testing for Consumer Reports magazine, but I really work for you. Every year, my staff and I report on over 140 models, specifically with your needs in mind. So when you shop for a car, you'll know if it's safe and reliable, how it's equipped, how it performs, and whether it's cramped or comfortable. And there are over 200 people who work for you at Consumer Reports. We test and report on everything from toothpaste to TVs. And since Consumer Reports is nonprofit and accepts no advertising, we're able to give you the unbiased truth about products. Right now is a good time to try Consumer Reports because you can get a free trial issue with no strings attached. Here are the details.
Call now for your free trial issue of Consumer Reports. Learn how products compare, which give you the most value for your dollar, and which are best for your specific needs. Consumer Reports gives you information like which fast food lunch had the least fat, which VCR had the best picture quality, which oil filter best protects your car, which laundry detergent delivers what it promises, and which bank really helps the money pile up. Consumer Reports rating system compares products by brand name. You'll know who the reliable manufacturers are, which models have the features you want, plus all the pros and cons, including price. Call now for your free trial issue, then decide. When the bill arrives, pay it and get 11 more issues, 12 in all, including the annual buying guide issue, for just $20. Or write cancel on the bill and owe nothing. And with your paid subscription, you'll get 2 free books, our 1991 buying guide issue and the updated New Medicine Show.
And your paid subscription includes the annual auto issue with new car ratings, repair records, and crash test results. So put Consumer Reports to work for you. Call now.
Call 1-800-634-6500. 1-800-634-6500.
Just a reminder, following tonight's Blackhawks North Stars game, we will send you out to Vancouver as the Kings try to wrap up their series against the Vancouver Canucks. Plus, we'll keep you posted on the rest of the action. Period number 2 from Minnesota after this timeout.
No, I just want to look at cars. Hey, did you know that the Mazda MPV made Car and Driver's 10 best list? Oh, yeah? Second straight year. It's got a V6 engine. Great new luxury package, special paint, special wheels, power, everything. Look at all this leather. See? Look at all the space. It's got room for all our kids.
Oh, now I see. Well, I could just quit my job and chauffeur the kids.
Okay, yeah.
The Mazda MPV Luxury Edition.
It just feels right. Get out of my car.
When sports cream, when arms are sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why Sports Cream? Massaging Sports Cream In brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor. Why Sports Cream? Because it works.
Over 28 million adults get athlete's foot.
I'm Jim Bird. I had athlete's foot until I used NP27. It has an ingredient recommended by doctors.
Look, NP27 stops the burning, itching of athlete's foot fast.
NP27. Nothing's a better cure for athlete's foot.
Pour it on, work it out. If you're talking about sports, that's what it's all about. So pump it up, pump it out, pour it on and work it out.
Because after working out, you don't want to fill up. So reach for the Silver Bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
Talking about Coors Light, it's the right beer now. Pour it on and work it out.
Old Spice, Sports Channel America, and The National present the Fans' Choice for MVP. To vote, dial 1-900-896-2333. Know your MVP's team and jersey number. The winners will be featured on Sports Channel America. Call 1-900-896-2333.
Extra strength Rolaids antacid. Stronger because it has more calcium carbonate, more than any Tums tablet. And salt-free. More calcium carbonate and salt-free. This settles it once and for all.
It's time for a Fans' Choice MVP update. Here's a look at our current first-round leaders in the Wales and Campbell Conference. Don't forget to cast your vote by calling 1-900-896-2333. Know your MVP's team and jersey number. Call today. Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is brought to you by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now. By Extra Strength Rolaids with 1,000 milligrams of fast relief. And by Seltz & Blue. Doctors and pharmacists recommend it #1.
2-0 in favor of the North Stars. Pat Foley with Dale Talon here to open up period 2. Minnesota with that late first period penalty will enable enable the Hawks to have virtually a full power play here to open up the second period, which will be their first full power play opportunity of the game. Roenick, Larmer, and Reichel are on the ice here with Yanni and Chelios. Now the draw, and the North Stars win it and clear it, with Chelios is back. He starts Roenick away, back to Chelios, who hammers it into the North Star zone. Into the near corner, Warren Reichel. Reichel flipped it in behind the net. Roenick there, sweeps it around the boards. Yanni keeping it in, reversing behind the net, bouncing around. Reichel tried to move in front. He got leveled. A good crunching hit by Stuart Gavin. Held in by Chelios, a long wrist shot, blocked by Dahlquist, and Broughton cleared. Chris Chelios. Shooting it in. Over to the far board. It's cleared. Back to center ice. Taken by Chelios. Chelios to Adam Creighton. Flipping it into Minnesota territory. Casey gave it to Wilkinson. Firing it around the far side. Russell there to keep it in. Sends it up the boards. And the shot from Presley is blocked and cleared by Gaetan Duchesne. And with half a minute left on the Hawk power play, the biggest shooter available from the point for Chicago in this game is Dave Manson, and he has not seen the ice and will not see the ice on this power play. Another steal by the North Stars, and they clear. Here's Brown. One more quick rush on this power play. Keith Brown chips it ahead, failed to get it in deep, and Chambers cleared. And the penalty is over. Both teams are back at full strength. Troy Murray. To Graham. Trying to move around to check. He did. He cuts for the net. Shooting. Casey to stand-up save. Rebound to the far board. Russell's there. In behind the net to Murray. Centered one. It skips away from everybody to the far side. And out comes Madonna. He cleared it to center. Taken by Steve Thomas there to Cam Russell. Up the far board to Murray. Roy Murray circles in his own end and gave it to Thomas out to center. Steve Thomas shoots it in. Here's Chambers for Minnesota. Getting around to check and shooting it into the Chicago zone. On the near side, it's cleared to the slot, taken there by Conroy. And Steve Conroy got it to center where Paul Gillis, who hasn't played the last couple of games in this series, shoots it in. In Johnson, quickly back for the North Star. Here they come on the breakout. Johnson gets to the Hawk line. He tries to take a look and center one. That's picked off by Belfort. Russell, who got it to center, and now Manson was stopped there. And Caluso gathers it in for Chicago. Caluso on left wing. Leads for Roenick. Knocked over his stick into the North Star zone. Now Chambers to Smith. Bobby Smith unable to advance it. Now Chambers. To Gavin, who flips it into the Hawk end deep. Number 52, Cam Russell. Over to the left wing boards, and shot back to the North Star line. Taken by Tenorti. To Craig, banking it out to center. Chambers gets into the Hawk zone. Chambers leads for Duchesne, cutting and shooting, and a save by Belfort. Rebound in behind the net. Duchesne knocked down there. Now everybody trying to pry it free. Manson finally does. Dave Manson to Creighton at center. Dahlquist knocks him down there. Reichel trying to carry on. Reichel, and he's knocked down by Tenorti. And the North Stars with good physical hitting to start this second period. Here comes Broughton. In against Yanni. Neil Broughton to the slot. Picks his way in front. Yanni at last played the body. He was backing in. That's what happens when you haven't played. Tough to stand up against the wily stick-handler like Neil Broughton. Early in the second, it's 2-0 Minnesota.
A company can learn a lot in 125 years. Valvoline has. You learn in the lab, you learn on the road, you learn on the racetrack. As you learn, you make your product better. And better and better. Today's Valvoline will keep your engine cleaner than ever before. And cleaner means more protection against engine wear. 125 years of quality. That's why people who know use Valvoline.
The North Stars do a good job of killing off the Blackhawk power play to start the period, and as the power play worked in their favor early in the first period to give momentum, penalty killing does it for them early in the second period, and they've been physical. Tenorti with a good hit as he takes Reichel off the puck, and Tenorti has had an outstanding series. He's had toughness, defense, and offense as well as 3 goals to add to his defensive work.
I thought he was as good a player as the North Stars had in the series last year in the first round, and boy, he really is starting to come into his own as a strength, a dominant type player in the on the blue line court for Minnesota. Here's a shot deflecting into the crowd. I made just a comment a minute ago, Dale, about Yanni backing in on a fellow like Broughton. It was a one-on-one situation, and you certainly don't ask a man to stand up at the blue line in a one-on-one. What is the ideal thing that a defenseman should be trying to do?
Well, timing is everything. You're trying to get closer to the player as soon as possible, but if there's a separation, you can't go at the guy. As soon as you go forward, you're beat. So if Yanni was away from him to begin with, he can't just stop and wait for him to come to him or he'll get beaten. He has to at least have some momentum to play him one-on-one. Especially a guy like Broughton. You make a move at him, you're beat. Because he's got as quick, the hands are as quick as anybody in the league. He's really got super hands.
When would you ideally like to make contact with a man?
Well, the sooner the better, obviously, right away. But if there's too much room, you've got to wait for him to come to you.
Here's Larmer's shot being blocked. It's cleared finally back to center away from Brown, and now the North Stars bellows. Trying to move in. Roenick stopped him, but Gavin held it in. The shot. Oh, that deflected just over the top of the net. Smith to the far corner is bumped. Roenick flipped it up the boards, and Reichel hounded as he finally managed to kick it back to center ice, and Gavin will chip it right back in. There's Yanni. The left wing boards, Reichel to Roenick. Jeremy Roenick to the line, left it for Reichel, and Bobby Smith hustling back defensively, steals it. Smith back the other way into the hog zone. Here's the centering pass tip. Deflected over to the far side. Glenn tied up there, and now Yanni able to pick it up, and he'll take an icing call here as the Hawks need a change. And the whistle sounds with 14 and a half left in the second period. Minnesota leading Chicago 2-0.
Ever wonder how Stevie Wonder reads his mail?
Dear Stevie, I love your music.
With an amazing machine that can read out loud. A Kurzweil personal reader from Xerox. It scans printed words and turns them into spoken words.
You're the greatest.
A loan program begun by Xerox and the American Foundation for the Blind will make them available to those who must make their ears do what their eyes cannot.
This is magic.
Putting it together.
The Blues trying to stave off elimination at the Joe Louis Arena. Jeff Brown with a wrist shot. Tim Chevrolet can't come up with a save. 2-0 Blues in the second. Back to Pat Foley and Dale Talon.
Well, a full Met Center. I think it's only happened twice this year where they've had a sellout in this building. Both times the Blackhawks were in town. They had 2 good crowds for the first 2 games, though they did not sell out.
Shot from Wilkinson, dribbling toward the net. Belfour couldn't find it. Now he does, just before Gagne took another whack at it. Belfour able to smother it, and the whistle sound.
The Blackhawks are desperate. They cannot give up another goal if they want to win this and stretch the series to 7 games, down by 2 goals. North Stars really having a good start to this second period. Winning this face-off and getting some traffic in front. A bouncing puck was finally corralled.
To the right of Belfour. Here's the draw. Into the corner. 2 Hawks over skated. Here's Gagne centering. Madonna all alone in front. It just hopped away from him, or he had Belfour to himself. After 2 Hawks again unable to corral it in their own zone. It seems to be a very jittery and nervous Chicago team in the last couple of games. It looked the same way in the stadium in Game 5. Here's the play to the neutral zone. whistle. Gave it to Chris Chelios. Chelios rolling it into the North Star zone. Taken by Chambers. He couldn't get it out. Conroy up the boards, and Thomas too well covered, and Chelios has to go back to center ice. Now Steve Thomas gave it to Chelios. His pass deflecting to the line and stolen away by Chambers. Hawks get caught in a change. Here's Broughton cutting it for Chambers. He tried to kick it in, and Belfort still stopped it, and it's cleared back to the North Star line. Hawks get caught in a player change, and the North Stars had a great chance, but didn't connect. Now Dahlquist deep in his own end. Got a hit behind it. Casey fell down, but Peluso couldn't get to the loose puck. And back to center ice, Conroy. Cleared it to the line. Lemieux took a big hit there from Tenorti, and Duchesne sends it back into the Chicago end. Taken by Dave Manson. The right wing boards, and Lemieux. Lemieux got around it, check, and managed to dump it in there. Taken by Glenn. Ryan Glenn able to flip it to center ice. Dale, this is the best game of the series to this point by a mile. Here's a Broughton steal. He took it away, gave it to McRae a shot, and he shot it wide. As Yanni was victimized by Broughton. Back come the Hawks. Larmer shooting it in. Now over to the far side. Here's Bureau flipping it back to center ice. The most sustained action of any game in the series and the fewest number of penalties. That's been what's happening here tonight in Game 6. By far the most action from a hockey standpoint in this entire series. Minnesota has a 2-0 lead with 12 minutes left in the second period. Here's an amazing statistic, and really kind of the way most of this series has gone up till now. In Game 1 in Chicago Stadium, the longest the puck was in play in the first period. Take a guess, and what do you think the longest the puck was in play in the first period of the first game of this series in Chicago? Well, the longest time the puck was in play was 18 seconds. Most of the periods have taken well over an hour to play. But not the case here tonight. Exciting end-to-end action for the better part of this game. Here come the Hawks now. Hudson 3-on-3 to the line. He got rubbed off by Wilkinson. Now into the near corner, Wilkinson. Lost it to Hudson. His pass hit the back of the net, though. And now Glenn right up behind the net. He took a man down. It's going to be a penalty as Hudson hit the deck. And the Hawks are going to go to the power play here as we pause for a regional break. Minnesota leading Chicago 2-0.
Hi, I'm Ann Ligori. Each week I sit down with a personality from the world of sports and do some serious talking, one-on-one. I get beyond the statistics and explore the individual behind the athlete, their secrets, their struggles, their interview on all kinds of issues. And we have a lot of fun, too. So join me, won't you, on this week's Sharp Sports Interview.
Brian Glenn gets a penalty for taking down Mike Hudson. Mike Hudson, one of the fastest Blackhawk players, trying to go around. First rubbed off by Wilkinson, who's had a strong game, playing the offside tonight. Hudson harasses him, gets a loose puck off the skate of Glenn. Presley overskates it. Glenn gets cross-checked from behind by Hudson, no call, and then takes Hudson down as Hudson tries to pry it loose and get out front. And Glenn goes to the box, and the Blackhawks will go to the power play. Third power play of the night. They're 0 for 2 on the power play, 6 for 29 in the series.
Now the draw to the North Stars. And Mark Tenorti clears. Roy Murray with Dirk Graham and Steve Thomas to start this power play. Manson and Chelios at the point. Here's Graham shooting it in. Dahlquist. Bumped by Thomas, allowing Chelios to dig it out to Manson. Long shot. He had it deflect wide. And it caroms back to the Hawk line. Gavin racing there after it. And Manson able to stop him. Chelios has room to center. Sending it in. Casey looks to clear. Manson held it in, though. Slipped it to Chelios. His long wrist shot, and a save by Casey, who juggled and managed to corral it before he gave a rebound, with Murray right on the doorstep.
Well, Chelios was just putting it to the net for a possible screen or deflection. He just wristed it. He didn't expect to score, but he was hoping for a partially screened John Casey. Casey saw it all the way, and Dave Manson gets at the point, took a look. Chelios just snaps the wrist shot to make sure he got through, but Casey, well, he fought it off, but didn't have anybody in front of him, made an easy save. Hawks only scored 1 goal in Game 4. Were shut out in Game 5.
Some of you may have heard about a situation that developed in Game 5 in the save involving Chris Chelios. Near the end of the game, he got involved in a scrap with Brian Bellows, was given a gross misconduct. And the word I'm getting is that if the Hawks win this game, and there is a 7th game, Chris Chelios will be on his way to a hearing in Toronto tomorrow. Well, the matter at hand is the Hawks have to be very hopeful there will be a 7th game. If there is, the availability of Chelios is in question. Here.
They suspended Bob Probert right away the next game after he hit Riendo.
Well, here comes Roenick, working his way to center, and he flips it in. I'm not sure that's quite right. I think there was a 1-game separation. Here's Roenick into the near corner. He dropped it along the board, stolen by Gavin, who cleared. Now it's center ice, Keith Brown, with half a minute left on the Hawk power play. Brown gave it to Yanni, ranking it in there, and back is Chambers, cleared it to Duchesne. He banked it out to center ice. Hawks shoot it into the North Star zone. Chambers on it, got plenty of time to clear. As the Hawks start out, Peluso had his head down. He got bumped along the boards by Chambers, but it's dumped into the North Star zone. Now the penalty is over. Both teams are back at full strength. Here's Propp, a long feed to Gagne, racing in against Conroy, trying to get around him. Conroy knocked him down, and Don Koharski was at the hash marks at the other end of the ice, and the fans unhappy with a non-call there. Here come the Hawks. Gillis to the line. His shot blocked to Conroy, and a shot. Casey knocked down as he made the save, but he still stopped it as the Hawks went crashing toward the goal. And John Casey continues to frustrate Chicago. It's 2-0 Minnesota.
Dressing up, stepping out. If you're talking about fun, that's what it's all about. Shake it up, whoa, whoa, put it on, check it out.
When you're in a place where the beat goes on, you don't want to fill up. So reach for the Silver Bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
We're talking about Coors, like it's the right beer now. Shake it out, check it out.
John Casey was not tested often in games 3 or 4 and 5. Not tested that often tonight, but probably more so. Gillis with the shot blocked by Dahlquist right to Conroy. Conroy let it go, and Lemieux went crashing into Casey, and the net was dislodged as well. And the Blackhawks have a tough task ahead of them. John Casey appears to be sharp. Down 2-0 and 3-2 in the series with 8.5 to go in the second period.
Face off to the left of the North Star goal. Here's the draw. Coming into the near corner, Creighton and Broughton battling. Now they wrestle on the boards, and finally Broughton cleared it over to the far side. Here come the North Stars out. 2-on-2 with Craig to the Hawk line. He tries to move in, and Conroy played the body, allowing Manson to take the puck away. Then he's knocked down, and it'll be a penalty as Duchesne was ready to tee one up. And Manson yanked down, allowing the North Stars to get a chance. So Hawks go to the power play, trailing 2-0.
Extra strength Rolaids Antacid. Stronger because it has more calcium carbonate, more than any Tums tablet. And salt-free. More calcium carbonate and salt-free. This settles it once and for all.
Old Spice, Sports Channel America, and The National present the Fans' Choice for MVP. To vote, dial 1-900-896-2333. Know your MVP's team and jersey number. The winners will be featured on Sports Channel America. Call 1-900-896-2333.
Craig pulled down Dave Manson. Manson cutting in behind his own net. Manson tripped by Craig, clearly dove and took the feet from under him and has almost created a scoring chance for Duchesne. And the Blackhawks once again go to the power play. This will be their fourth. They're 0 for 3. They have not scored a power play goal in over 2.5 games in this series.
Roenick, Larmer, and Graham now with Chelios and Manson. Bureau and Duchesne for the North Stars with Tenorti and Dahlquist. There's the draw taken by Chelios. Nearly mishandled it. Now Bureau does try to steal it. And Larmer there to help out. Steve Larmer up the right side. Shooting it in. He tried to catch Casey with a premature move from the net, but he shot it wide. Back of the net it goes. Graham poked it free to the far side. Held in by Larmer. Larmer to the corner. Now Roenick. Back to the line. Manson with a long shot. Didn't get through. Deflecting wide. Running to the near corner is Larmer. Out to the line and Chelios. Flips it to the deep slot. Manson side of the net to Roenick. Roenick back to Manson. The long one-timer. That's blocked. Now Roenick. Back of the net to Graham. Eric Graham. Sets up along the far board. Takes a look for Larmer. There he is. Here's the shot. And it deflected wide. Larmer moved to open ice, which is something the Hawks have rarely done on the power play. Graham got it to him, but a good reaction by the North Star defenders to get a shot block. Now they clear it.
First time in a long while anybody's even moved into the deep slot. Larmer finally snuck in, and they got a good chance because of it.
Hawks dump it in. 45 seconds left on the power play. In the far corner, Thomas. Got it to Troy Murray. Murray to Thomas behind the goal. Takes a look, center to Chelios. The shot, big save by Casey. Rebound, Murray! His shot is blocked, and Casey holds on. Now Thomas one of the Hawks just got slugged in front of the net. Troy Murray picked up the loose puck just outside the goal crease and tried to fire it through all the traffic. John Casey denies it.
He makes an excellent save. Thomas to Chelios. Chelios the whole while trying to go low to the stick side. Good leg save by Casey. Then through traffic with Reichel and Wilkinson in front of him. He's down and the shot just hits him. And he leaves no rebound. Meanwhile, Reichel, I think, and Wilkinson will be sent out because they both got gloves up at each other after the save by Casey. Casey down on one knee, looking under some legs, and made the save on his former mate at North Dakota. Well, the Hawks getting some scoring chances in the latter stages of the second period.
Wilkinson and Reichel, they'll go off for coincidental minors. And half a minute is left on the Chicago power play. Face off to the left to Casey, which Murray wins to Brown. Here it comes, and it didn't get through, laying loose to the side of the net. Casey sweeps it to the corner. Now to the line, Brown. He gave it to Thomas, the one-timer, and a good play by Casey to get to the near post and kick it aside to Tenorti. Mark Tenorti. He'll try to play a little keep away here for Minnesota, and then he clears it.
That's the danger of falling behind in a hockey game in a playoff situation. Come up against a hot goaltender that frustrates you.
Hawks dump it in as they do. The penalty expires. Both teams are back at full strength. Murray on the near side to Keith Brown. A long shot blocked by Chambers. How many shot blocks have the North Stars already had in this game? Here's a lead to Propp. He cuts for the net. A backhander and a save by Belfour. Rebound to the far side. And Paul Gillis able to battle his way to center where he shoots it in. Wilkins or Glenn got a big hit in the corner from Peluso. Now Craig knocked down by Conroy. Puck came free to the near side. And now Lemieux holds it in a long shot going wide. Craig unable to clear. Here's Lemieux, a shot off the side of the net. Rebound to Gagne. And he chips it ahead to Propp on the left wing board. Propp will get it into the Hawk zone as the North Stars need a change. whistle with 5 minutes remaining. In the second period, it's Minnesota 2 and Chicago nothing.
Each year, the experts at Car and Driver look at over 100 cars, so you don't have to. From the current new cars, they just picked their 10 best. At the most, you'll probably only buy one of them. That's too bad, because 2 of the 10 best are Mercury's. Mercury Sable and Mercury Tracer LTS. All this in the quality of a Mercury.
In Edmonton, the Oilers lead the Flames 1-0. Theo Fleury with the shot for Calgary, then Gary Suter. Paul Ramheim smacks it home. His second goal of the playoffs. We're tied at 1.
John Casey with little work in the last 2 games and not much work in the first period, but he's come up big here in the second half of this second period. He's made some key saves as the Hawks try to get one by him. Blank 6-0 in game 4, and we're beaten 3-1 in game 3.
Now the draw. Taken by the Hawks and Larmer. Here's it to Roenick. Roenick gets the North Star line. A long shot deflecting. And then Casey sweeps to the corner. Then Casey knocks over Graham. Who's going to get the penalty? The North Stars. Oh, is it Graham going to get a penalty? It looked as if Graham was driven right into Casey by a Minnesota defender. And it appears that the Hawks are going to get the short end of the stick here. 5 minutes left in the second. 2-0 Mini.
Hey, a guy losing his hair can choose between being the man he wants to be.
We look great with hair. Do something to save it.
And the man he could become.
Can't you accept nature like everyone else?
Doctors have hair loss treatment programs that are proven to work, and the sooner you see a doctor, the better.
We don't want nature, we want hair.
When you've considered the arguments,
we might look great bald.
And you decide you want hair, there's only one thing to do. See your doctor, or call this number for more information.
Dirk Graham has the shot deflected off the stick into Casey. Casey made the save. Dirk Graham is dueling with Bellows, and then Graham made no attempt to try and get away from Casey, though he was angled into him. And Graham pleading his case in behind the bench, an interference call on Graham. And it was Dirk Graham's play, 47 seconds into game 1, that might have influenced this whole series. And the Hawks have scored 13 seconds into the series. He ran over Casey, got a 5-minute penalty. The North Stars went ahead 2-1 in that game on power play hockey, and that might have set the tone for the entire series. Now the North Stars are up 2-0 on the power play, with a wonderful opportunity to put this game maybe out of reach with less than 4 minutes to go here in the second.
Neil Broughton in his own end. Gave it away to Chelios. And he was stopped at the North Star line. Tenorti gets it back. Mark Tenorti tips it into the Hawk zone. Chelios backboard. And couldn't get it by Tenorti. He cuts in. Here's the centering pass. Bellows put it to prop. It didn't get to him. The Hawks steal and clear back to the North Star line.
Well, Chris Chelios making amends there. Dove headlong and got the stick on the pass. Bellows was going to slip it over. It would have been an empty net goal.
Gagne lost the handle, and Larmer sends it down the ice. Now Broughton. Gagne to the line. He flipped it in there deep. Manson is back. He's got time. And did he clear it? No. Yes. No. Yes, the whistle did sound. Pat DiPuzzo was ducking out of the way. He took a look across the ice from Collins to see if the play was offside or not, but Kevin had vacated as well. So the linesman DiPuzzo just made the same call and sounded the whistle.
Brian Glenn, he used all of his 6'5" frame there. He dumped it up as high as he possibly could and kept it in, appeared to have kept it in. Shots against in the playoffs, 10 more per game against. Penalty killing was superb all year.
Well, big part of that is influenced by the fact the Hawks have averaged 9 power plays against per game. Here's the draw. And Mike Modano scoops it into the Chicago zone. Conroy backs it up the board to Lemieux, and he cleared. 40 seconds left in the Minnesota power play. Madonna looking to wind it up. He likes to circle that North Star net and try to build up ahead of steam. This time he has to give it up. Glenn got to the line, and he was surrounded. It's taken away. Here comes Lemieux. In against Smith. Lemieux racing toward the net. Couldn't get off a shot. And the play goes on. Bobby Smith diving headlong, prevented a shot. Here come the North Stars back. Madonna was stopped at the Hawk line. McRae circling at center. Basil McRae gets it in deep. Taken by Steve Conroy. And he fires it back the other way. And now the Chicago penalty is over, and both teams are back at full strength. Keith Brown in his own end got a hit from Duchesne behind the goal, but cleared it to the far side. Here comes Presley. He overskates it and made no effort to get back to the loose puck. It's held in by Duchesne. And he's surrounded finally by Yanni and Hudson. Now Craig came up with it centering. Oh, and he just missed. Now here's Tenorti, a shot that's blocked by Graham, who got to him. And the Hawks very haphazard in their own zone, which has plagued them throughout this series.
Again, two Hawk players converge on one player to take the body on him, instead of one guy taking the body and the other guy taking the puck.
North Stars flip it in, taken by Chelios. He cleared it to center, and Peluso pushes it into the North Star zone. Chambers put it to the far side, but Russell's there to keep it in. Here's the shot. That's blocked. And Churla overskating it, but Bureau cleared it to the Hawk line. And now a two-line pass accepted by Peluso, and the whistle sounds.
Churla and McRae in the first few games of this series were really involved and got the Blackhawks off their game. They forced them into a lot of retaliatory type penalties. But in the last couple of games, they've played sparingly, and when they've played well. They've taken the body and backed away and not taken the stupid penalties.
Absolutely. In Game 5 in particular in the stadium, they'd really gotten under many Hawk players' skin, and they were going to try to retaliate on them. And McRae and Churla, I'm not sure this word has ever been used to describe them on a hockey rink, but they were choir boys, and they have done the same thing so far here tonight. Now the draw taken by Manson. And we're very late in the second period. Minnesota with a 2-0 lead. Here comes Jeremy Roenick shooting it in, going back Dahlquist. Cleared it around the boards. Roenick took a run at Dahlquist and really leveled him. Now Dahlquist behind the net is back on his feet, sweeps it around the board. Conroy attempting to keep it in there. Now they work hard on the far side. Roenick flipped it ahead, but it's stolen. Cleared into the Hawk zone. Bellows racing after it. Here comes Belfour out of the net. He beat Bellows to the loose puck, failed to get it around him. And now Roenick wants a whistle if he can get it along the boards, and he succeeds.
Bellows read that play. He knew that Belfour was going to beat him to it, and then moved himself right up against the boards to prevent the clearing attempt. Was successful in stopping it, and then he and Belfour collided. Belfour went down. Belfour would take a swipe at him, as he was prone to do in the first couple of games, but he held his composure, went right back to the net.
66 seconds remaining in the middle period. It seems like this game is in fast forward compared to what we've been watching the first 5 games.
Well, this period especially has really gone by. The first period went by quicker than any other period in the series, and this one will get the speed record for this series. This with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go, but this might not be good news for the Blackhawks. It's good news for the North Stars. Time flying by, and they still have a 2-0 lead, and Blackhawks down a game in the series.
Hawks dump it in as we go to the final minute of the second period. Brian Glenn looking to clear, held in by Yanni. To the far side, Thomas back to Yanni, hopped away from him, out to center ice. Hawks shoot it in. Now Bobby Smith. David to Brian Bellows. He cleared it to Gavin over the line. He's knocked down by Yanni. And Yanni takes it away to Keith Brown. Half a minute for the period. Now Thomas rolled it ahead. Here's Hudson cutting in. The long shot sailing wide. And Duchesne got it to center ice. Here comes Chambers into the Hog zone. Sean Chambers on the center one. Belfour blocking the pass. And now it's corralled by Chelios. Right up in behind the net. Rotten trying to work it loose. He's hog-tied along the boards. The clock runs down, and no, not quite out. 2 seconds left in period 2. So the face-off will be to the left of Ed Belfour. Mike Hudson will. He's going to be replaced by Roenick here to tie up the face-off man. So Roenick and Bureau, Mark Bureau, will have to try to shoot it right in, you would think, here with 2 seconds left in the period. Face-off to the left of Belfour. Here's the draw. Roenick tied him up in the second period is in the book. Discussion in the corner.
Minnesota is now 1 period away from eliminating Chicago. They lead it 2-0. Meanwhile, St. Louis leads Detroit by a 2-0 score in the second period. Red Wings on the power play. Here's John Kelly and Ken Wilson.
We welcome Sports Channel America to Joe Louis Arena, where the Blues lead the Red Wings 2-0. Ken Wilson, John Kelly, Bruce Affleck here. Only 46 seconds to go in the second period. The Blues scored in the first period. They scored at the 7-minute mark. Dave Tomlinson, and then here in the second period, Jeff Brown, a long shot from the point at 2:24, beat Tim Cheveldae. Early in this period, John Kelly, play was wide open, but the Blues changed the tone, and they've been staving off the Red Wings lately.
Blues on a power play for another 35 seconds, but the Red Wings clear it down the ice. Here's Stevens behind his own goal. The goal here would be huge for St. Louis. Stevens to center. Right wing side to Paul Cavallini across that line. Shoots it behind the goal near side. Brind'Amour there. He missed it, and Sean Burr ices the puck. And again, the Blues go back. Paul Cavallini in behind the Blues net. His pass for Stevens. 5 seconds left in the power play. Stevens to Hull across the line. Lost it. Now to the corner. Puck loose. Zombo back on right point. Stevens gets it. 2 outs on right wing. A quick shot blocked, and that'll do it. The period comes to an end, and the Blues score another goal here. And now after 40 minutes, the Blues skate off with a 2-0 lead.
The Blues with a 2-0 lead as they head to the locker room at the end of 2 periods. St. Louis looking to force a Game 7 on Tuesday night. That's a look at what's going on in the NHL, the 1991 Stanley Cup playoffs on Sports Channel America. More action after this timeout.
Rock and roll is okay, but I prefer rap.
Awesome. Wait a second. Shady Acres was supposed to get the Coke, and the frat house was supposed to get the Pepsi.
Coke, Pepsi, what's the difference?
I-24.
This is radical.
Experience TV in a whole new way. At its most provocative, daring, and different, HBO, it's simply the best. Then, experience the most in your movie mix with Cinemax. For the most movies on pay TV, the HBO Cinemax combo. Call now and experience it.
Hi, I'm Ann Liguori. Each week I sit down with a personality from the world of sports and do some serious talking, one-on-one. I get beyond the statistics and explore the individual behind the athlete, their secrets, their struggles, their interview on all kinds of issues. And we have a lot of fun, too. So join me, won't you, on this week's Sharp Sports Interview.
All human animals hunger for trusting relationships. Me? I trust my snapper dealer. Just ask him about his total protection warranty. Talk about trust. And about your free $50 or $100 U.S. savings bond when you buy a new snapper mower and additional snapper items. Gentlemen, how about a hug?
Calgary and Edmonton tied at 1 in the second period. Here's Chris Cuthbert and Jim Poplinski.
We'd now like to welcome viewers of Sports Channel America to the Northlands Coliseum. Through 2 periods of play in Minnesota, the North Stars continue to frustrate the Blackhawks. And the Blues trying to force Game 7 in the other Norris Division semifinal. Here at the Northlands Coliseum, we're tied at 1. Craig Simpson with the goal in the first period, but Paul Ranheim tied it in the second. And Jim, the Flames have taken the play away from the Oilers. The shots are 11-2.
Well, it's been the exact opposite of Game 5, or Game 4 rather, up here, where the Oilers were slow in the first and Calgary was strong. They died. Calgary here.
McInnes with a shot that deflected off Buren off the post.
Excuse me, Calgary here, slow in the first and now coming on strong.
McTavish clears it in for the Oilers. Up against McInnes. They bump behind Vernon. 2 minutes, 47 seconds to go, second period. Roberts, the rink-wide pass for Stern. And Steve Smith is back on the ice after going off to receive some attention. Joel Otto loses it at center, and Anderson's back out as well. So some bumps and bruises on that Oilers side, but everybody seems okay. We'll wait to see if Mark Lamb returns in this period. Grantier again taking no chances, and he'll rely on a face-off in the Oilers' zone.
Well, Kerry Wilson was a big story in Game 5 in Calgary, scoring a couple of goals and coming in a trade at the deadline for Mark Hunter. I really like to see the trades that work out well for both teams. Although Hartford is out of the playoffs, Mark Hunter going to the Whalers and scoring 5 playoff goals, I believe. Kerry Wilson contributing in these particular playoffs for the Calgary Flames. And this is all of the rest of the Calgary Flames. Roger Johansson, Sergei Makarov, beside him Priakin, Wayne Cowley, and all the way down, the guy with the big furry face sitting beside Colin Patterson, Lanny McDonald. And Lanny had a bit of a skate this morning with his old team, and he was firing that wrist shot pretty well.
They might suit him up, who's a secret weapon. Steve Smith from the faceoff. Over the line, drops it in. Murphy goes after it. Vernon under the goal. Wilson for the Flames. And he sends it out to center past Smith. Speaking of secret weapons, Doug Risebrough joked about bringing a goalie on, perhaps wearing an Oilers sweater this morning in practice. That's an old Bob Johnson trick from way back when. Adam Graves hits the line, takes the shot right on, and Vernon can't cover it. Murphy with the loose puck tries to center. Blocked by Otto. Look at Murphy go after it again, and McCowan has to help out. 1:43 to go in the period. McCowan is dumped at the, but gets it outside the line. Andy Van Hellemond letting them play. Suter out to center and down the ice. Ed Fuhr goes for a skate. Beats it ahead to Steve Smith. Gilmore hit by Graves. Jelena puts it back behind the goal. Peter Klima through the goal crease. Oh, he's quick. Gilmore lets it go. McCowan, Klima on him, and a great stick check. Oilers bottling the Flames up momentarily, and now Fleury comes out. Suter joins the play, but Tikkanen sends Fleury back. Under a minute to go, second period, a 1-1 tie at the Northlands Coliseum. McIver touches it, icing the call against Calgary with 52 seconds to go.
52 seconds to go in period number 2. Calgary and Edmonton are tied up at 1 game apiece. More of the 1991 Stanley Cup playoffs after this timeout.
Pour it on, work it out. If you're talking about sports, that's what it's all about. So pump it up, pump it out. Pour it on and work it out.
Because after working out, you don't want to fill up. So reach for the Silver Bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
Talking about Coors Light, it's the right beer now. Pour it on and work it out.
When sports cream, when arms are sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why sports cream? Massaging sports cream in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor. Why sports cream? Because it works.
Over 28 million adults get athlete's foot.
I'm Jim Bird. I had athlete's foot until I used NP27. It has an ingredient recommended by doctors.
Look, NP27 stops the burning, itching of athlete's foot fast.
NP27. Nothing's a better cure for athlete's foot.
Inside your smooth-running engine is a torture chamber. And under these grueling conditions, only one leading motor oil meets the world's toughest requirements for viscosity breakdown. Castrol, the only leading motor oil that provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol. After all, why make things tougher on your engine? Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Extra strength Rolaids antacid. Stronger because it has more calcium carbonate, more than any Tums tablet. And salt-free. More calcium carbonate and salt-free. This settles it once and for all.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head and Shoulders. Then I tried Selsun Blue. Blue is better.
Selsun Blue relieves dandruff flaking better than Head and Shoulders, and doctors recommend it more than Head and Shoulders, Denorex, and Tegrin.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue.
Old Spice, in conjunction with Sports Channel America and The National, presents the Fans' Choice for Most Valuable Player. Here's a chance to cast your vote for MVP. To vote, dial 1-900-896-2333. You must know the team and jersey number of the player you want to vote for. 2 players will be elected from each of the 4 playoff rounds, 1 from each conference. Winners will be featured on Sports Channel America at the end of each round. 1-900-896-2333. It's simple, it's fun, and it's your chance to have your opinion count.
Welcome back. In the game you're watching, Minnesota leads Chicago 2-0 at the end of 2. Let's take a look at the scoreboard quickly. St. Louis leads Detroit 2-0 at the end of 2. They try to force game number 7 and end of the second period. Calgary and Edmonton are tied at 1. Calgary trying to send this series back to the Olympic Saddledome for a 7th and final game. More of the 1991 Stanley Cup playoffs after this timeout on Sports Channel America.
I'm Bob Knoll. My official title is Head of Auto Testing for Consumer Reports magazine, but I really work for you. Every year, my staff and I report on over 140 models, specifically with your needs in mind. So when you shop for a car, you'll know if it's safe and reliable, how it's equipped, how it performs, and whether it's cramped or comfortable. And there are over 200 people who work for you at Consumer Reports. We test and report on everything from toothpaste to TVs. And since Consumer Reports is nonprofit and accepts no advertising, we're able to give you the unbiased truth about products. Right now is a good time to try Consumer Reports because you can get a free trial issue with no strings attached. Here are the details.
Call now for your free trial issue of Consumer Reports. Learn how products compare, which give you the most value for your dollar, and which are best for your specific needs. Consumer Reports gives you information like which fast food lunch had the least fat, which VCR had the best picture quality, which oil filter best protects your car, which laundry detergent delivers what it promises, and which bank really helps the money pile up. Consumer Reports rating system compares products by brand name. You'll know who the reliable manufacturers are, which models have the features you want, plus all the pros and cons, including price. Call now for your free trial issue, then decide. When the bill arrives, pay it and get 11 more issues, 12 in all, including the annual buying guide issue, for just $20. Or write cancel on the bill and owe nothing. And with your paid subscription, you'll get 2 free books, our 1991 buying guide issue and the updated New Medicine Show.
And your paid subscription includes the annual auto issue, with new car ratings, repair records, and crash test results. So put Consumer Reports to work for you. Call now.
Call 1-800-634-6500. 1-800-634-6500.
Don't forget, following the North Stars and Blackhawks, we will take you out to Vancouver for the Canucks and Kings. Kings try to wrap up this series. They scored 13 goals in the last 2 games. We will take you back to Minnesota for period 3 after this timeout on Sports Channel America.
Each year, the experts at Car and Driver look at over 100 cars, so you don't have to. From the current new cars, they just picked their 10 best. At the most, you'll probably only buy one of them. That's too bad, because 2 of the 10 best are Mercury's. Mercury Sable and Mercury Tracer LTS. All this in the quality of a Mercury.
Yeah, we just scored. No, I didn't see Kevin get hit.
Kev, you okay?
I wind up in the hospital, and Bob gets the winning goal.
I couldn't let Kevin miss the party.
I was having a pretty good time where I was.
Friends deserve the best.
Friendship. Just being there.
The crisp, clean taste of Canada's best beer, Labatt's Blue.
I have to be flat on my back to get Bob to buy me a blue.
Between friends, it's true blue. Labatt's Blue.
Now over here, we're going to put that computer. You don't want it over there? I don't know.
When the moment comes to build your dreams, no card's better than Gold MasterCard.
This corner's for your weight machine.
With more buying power.
Yeah.
At nearly 3 times more places than American Express.
This wall's for your trophies. No pressure, though. Yeah.
Gold MasterCard. Piece by piece, the best gold card to master the moment.
Now this is a baseball.
Who's got the marketing plan? I do. Sales forecast?
Right here.
Presentation boards?
Murphy's got them.
Where's Murphy?
This is the final boarding call for Delta Flight 60.
Maddie Klein knows careers are riding on Delta flights.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Better go.
Nobody told me you had a cast.
Nobody knew.
Passengers should now be on board.
Maybe that's why more business people fly Delta than ever before.
Mr. Murphy, you have a nice trip.
Thanks. Already had one.
Delta.